And we do have an update. Governor Charlie Baker has signed an executive order to protect reproductive health care providers who help out-of-state residents. And so we want to make sure we mention that. We also want to turn to the gun laws debate. Massachusetts, which has the strongest gun laws in the country, requires a permit to carry a concealed gun. The U.S. Supreme Court now says that is not constitutional. So do you think we're guaranteed rough times ahead here, Jenny?
Well, I think it's important to keep in mind that the mass shootings that everyone rightfully is concerned about were not committed by someone carrying a concealed handgun. We're talking about large magazine AR-15s. The Senate, as importantly as what just happened in the Supreme Court, just passed a law that's going to change gun laws for the better, tighten them for the first time in recent memory, and that's really positive.
Marion?
That ruling goes to the heart of those states that have the best gun laws, and that Massachusetts is at the top of the list, so it's going to hurt us the most. That's why the legislature needs to move now to do things like they're considering, restricting the definition of the use of guns to hunting and recreational only the ability to carry those guns to a range or a hunting site, and that's it. So we need to play on offense on this because we need to protect the fact that we've had the best gun laws. We should still try to have a safe society.
Let's talk about one local issue before we close. We have two finalists for Boston School Superintendent. Unlike the past two, they are neither black nor Hispanic, but they are from the local pool. And if either Mary Skipper or Tommy Welch are picked, they'll be working for an Asian, not a white mayor for the first time, with the state breathing down her neck. Should Mayor Wu broaden the search, as some are demanding, Marianne?
No. The fact is, Mayor Wu knows what she wants to do with BPS. And so she's got two finalists who have worked at the BPS. They know how it operates, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The one person who should not be involved anymore in any of this is Jeff Riley, who keeps trying to sabotage this. He should not be the monitor of BPS. He should be put aside as a conflict of interest.
Jenny?
I think they're both very impressive, and they're both known as innovators. So hit the ground running and change things for the better.
Well, thanks for making us part of your weekend. Go outside in that heat. Maybe we'll stay in the air conditioning. Every Sunday we go on the record.